This is the Riverhawk Report, a weekend recap. Put bluntly, winter is over, at least in an athletic sense. The winter sports, hockey and basketball, went into this past weekend with high hopes, but found instead that their seasons had come to an end. Basketball in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, hockey in a best-of-3 Hockey East quarterfinal series that went the limit and then into overtime. In the end, for both, it was just simply frustrating. We start on the ice in Orono, Maine, never a friendly place in a hockey sense. UMass Lowell versus the Black Bears of the University of Maine. Things started well for the 5th-seeded Riverhawks, who finished the regular season in a 3-way third-place tie with Maine and Boston University, but started the postseason nonetheless on the road. The Riverhawks won the opener, a defensive battle, a 2-1 final.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. We deserved a win. We did a very good job of killing off with the best power play in the country. I thought the first period we played very, very well, and then I thought it got disjointed in the second period, not the way we wanted to play, and then certainly did enough in the third period. We can play better for sure, but tough place to play, and all in all, it's always good to get that win on Friday night.
That is head coach Blaze McDonald. The Riverhawks had to battle from behind, and they did. They never lost their poise, never lost their composure. Jeremy Daner scored on a billiard shot to tie it, and Ben Holmstrom won it with a baseball bat swing and an airborne rebound of a shot from the point.
Now for Campbell. Curls to the boards, looks for help, gets away from the man, fires it into the left corner. Daner there, put it in front, deflected, score! Jeremy Daner will get the goal. It went off a Maine defenseman in front of the net, and we're tied with a minute. Felitti to center ice with Shoe, slides it in deep. Riverhawks change the skaters. Felitti the forechecker. Nemec sends it up the boards. Blair keeps it in, sent toward the net. Save is made. Holmstrom, shot, score! Benny Holmstrom gives the Riverhawks a 2-1 lead. Hit it about waist high.
Yeah, batted it out of the air like it was Derek Jeter.
I was using a big barrel bat on that one, so I don't know. Ribsy came down the wall and I saw him pinching, so I just went to the net and he got the shot through and hit a couple of guys in front, I think, and it went up, and I just took a swing and got enough of it to go in.
The winning goal came off kind of a shot to the net, just threw it to the cage, rebound, batted in the air. We got to do more of that tomorrow.
This is the biggest time of the year. That's the biggest goal I have right now, is for us to keep playing right now, so that's all we're trying to do, is keep going right now, so that's a big one for me.
With just one win under their belts, it was a matter of winning one more game, and they just could not get it done. Not for lack of effort. Sometimes the gods just aren't rooting for you. The second game went to Maine. 2-0 was the final. Maine scored 23 seconds into the game, and the Riverhawks never really overcame the slow start.
It was a game where we didn't get off to a very good start, giving up a goal in the first shift. They came out very desperate, surprise, surprise, and we were unable to really match that from the beginning. That was a bad first period, and then we started to take penalties in that period, and it was just a really lackluster period on our part.
While the hockey club stepped it up, especially in the second period, they just could not finish off the opportunities that were presented.
We just needed to get one, and I thought we could get two or three. We had some 5 grade A chances. The kid made some really good stops. Campbell had a breakaway. OJ had a good chance. Ferraro was right in. I mean, we couldn't get it by him in that second period. We outshot him 12-4, and then we couldn't get anything going.
And so it all came down to a decisive Game 3. UMass Lowell had a lead with 5 minutes to go, but could not hold on. Maine eventually won the game in overtime.
Thought we had enough chances, but we had a good chance with a minute left in the game, or a minute and a half. Then we had a couple good chances to start the overtime shots on net. We just struggled. Our power play really hurt us down the stretch. Good teams can get that big goal like Maine did on the power play. When you have a hard time scoring goals, usually that can get you out of that funk. And unfortunately, we just weren't able to execute on the power play.
The Riverhawk goals came off the sticks of Colin Wright and Scott Campbell.
Blair pushes it down the boards to the corner. Battle in there. Comes in front, backhander by Colin Wright. He scores! And the Riverhawks take a 1-0 lead. A backhander by Colin Wright coming out of the corner. Centers lean in. Maine wins the draw. Puck cleared to the blue line. Kept in by O'Shea. Sends it toward the net, but it was blocked. Wetmore behind the net to Campbell. In front. Campbell shot. Score! Riverhawks take the lead. Wetmore to Valorani to Campbell in front. And Campbell puts it home. Riverhawks have a 2-1 lead with 12:18 to go, third period. 4-4 comes over to Mangine. Forced a man down. Now Will O'Neill. His shot deflected. Score! And Maine has tied it. Flynn carries deep, tries to cut in. Now puts it in front. Shot, score! The Riverhawks season is over. The University of Maine is going to the Garden.
We're not here for moral victories, and we fully expected to win this game tonight. You know, when you have a 2-1 lead with like less than 5 minutes and they call a 4-on-4, then for some reason we had a couple forwards that panicked and were sliding all over the ice, and ultimately they take a shot that's going wide, goes off our defenseman's stick, the shaft of his stick, and bounces 5-hole. They got their fair amount of breaks and we just couldn't manufacture a break.
Despite the loss, Riverhawk goaltender Carter Hutton was terrific, allowing only 6 goals in 3 games plus overtime.
He had a phenomenal stretch run here for us, gave us a chance to win every single game, but, you know, run, as you mentioned earlier, run support was definitely the issue.
With the loss, the season comes to an end. The Riverhawks end the year 1916-4, a second consecutive winning season. For 12 seniors, their college hockey days are over, but much was accomplished.
I'm happy they had the experience they had last year and this year. You know, they won 19 games. I think they've put our program at a different level, and we'll be able, you know, our recruiting has mirrored that. We've been able to really ramp up our recruiting for the next 2 or 3 seasons. So I'm pleased for their 4-year career. They're leaving the program a much better program than when they arrived. That's a real legacy for them to leave.
UMass Lowell basketball had a tough time during the weekend as well. Merrimack ended the Riverhawks season in the opening round of the NCAA Regional played at Stonehill in Easton, Mass. It was over early. The Riverhawks featured ice-cold shooting in the first 20 minutes and were down by 21 at the half. Despite hitting 50% of their second half shots, they never made it close en route to an 81-62 final. The most dramatic statistical difference was in rebounding. Merrimack owned a 47-27 advantage, and with the ball game. Kyle Kaola topped Riverhawks scoring with 16 points. He also grabbed 5 rebounds and had 3 steals. Scotty Tavares-Taylor had 10 points and 3 steals. UMass Lowell finishes the season 20-12. For the Riverhawks, the highlight, winning the Northeast 10 Conference Tournament. A number of UMass Lowell athletes strutted their stuff at the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. 4 individuals and 2 teams earned All-America status. Shot putter Jackie Barrett, with a career best toss of 49 feet 4 1/4 inches, finished second. She was only surpassed on the final throw. Haley Katarius earned All-America honors in the 800 meters. Angus McDonald grabbed All-America honors in the mile and as part of the distance medley relay team. Freshman Evan White reached All-America status in the 200 meters and as a member of the 4x400 relay team. We note as well, Jeff Wundt was a member of both the 4x400 relay and the distance medley relay teams, each of which earned All-America status. The winter sports have been put to bed. Spring sports, meanwhile, have all engines firing. Baseball swept a pair of doubleheaders during the weekend, and early in this week had extended its winning ways to 7 games. Some days it was pitching. The Riverhawk staff allowed just 4 hits during a doubleheader. On another day, it was offense. The team scored 29 runs against Lynn University. Jared Notagiacomo hit 2 Grand Slam home runs in that game. The baseball Riverhawks will be home for 2 games at LeLasher Park on Saturday. They host Southern Connecticut. UMass Lowell softball also in Florida, and they're off to a good start as well. They've won 5 of their first 8, and that includes a no-hitter by Alyssa Boris. The softball Riverhawks will work their way north in the days ahead. They've got games in New York State and elsewhere before returning to Riverview Field in early April. And that's the Riverhawk Report.